Hey everyone, and welcome to the latest sponsored Q&A here on GameDeveloper.com. I am Chris Graft, publisher at Game Developer. Today I'm here with Chris Hewish, president of Xsolla, and we're going to talk about something new for their platform. So let's get right to it. How you doing, Chris?
I'm doing well today. Thank you. How are you doing, Chris?
I'm doing pretty good, I guess. So you've introduced the Xsolla web shop for mobile games, and that's a new thing for Xsolla. What is the web shop, and what does that offer game developers?
Yeah, absolutely. The web shop for mobile games is a mix of Xsolla tools and services that are packaged up together. And basically, they allow developers to add virtual currencies and virtual items to their players' accounts across different platforms. And the idea is that this is, as its name says, it's a web shop that links into your mobile app, and it will provide you the tools and the capabilities to generate more revenue, to acquire more users, and develop a deeper relationship with those players.
Great. And you said that you began anticipating the outcome of the Epic versus Apple ruling for several months, and it's kind of related to this. Can you explain how that ruling and other industry shifts have affected your market and what that means for your business?
Absolutely, Chris. So as you said, we've been keeping an eye on the mobile market for quite some time. Our business has in the past primarily been sort of PC focused, although a lot of what we do is actually very applicable to mobile developers. And about a year ago, we started working with several big mobile companies, helping them get their games over to the web, their mobile games onto the web, where they could monetize the users, attract users there. And then if players sort of purchased items on the web version of the game, those items or currencies or whatever it may be would also appear in the mobile app, right? So these partners were able to start monetizing their mobile apps through the web, and we had a number of different ways that we had been doing that. And that is something that our partners really weren't able to drive players from the mobile app experience over to the web per the guidelines at the time. But they were finding ways to bring users in, and they were actually have been generating significant revenue by doing that. Some of the opportunities we see, they've been able to drive up to 40% more revenue just off of the web, and that was not being able to even drive traffic from the app to it. Mm-hmm. And now that we see these rulings, obviously the judge's ruling, we're seeing legislation not only here in the States, but we're seeing it in South Korea, Russia, a few other places where there is an increase in legislation or rulings that really are opening up the App Store, not the true open up to a third-party payment system embedded in app, but at least opening up that ability to create a bridge between your app and a web experience and being able to drive your players back and forth. So these rulings for us mean that it has really opened up the doors to what we've been helping some partners already do. And we know this can be really profitable and beneficial. And we're very excited to see how this can really go to the next level now that, once developers are actually able to steer traffic out of the apps.
Yeah, interesting. So you talked about, potential revenue increases for game developers. What else can game developers, maybe expect from the web shop for mobile games?
Definitely. I mean, obviously revenue is the big thing, but they can expect, so I can talk a little bit about how that is achieved. There's a few different ways, and then there's additional benefits, which some may argue are even more important. But first of all, by spinning up a web shop, you're allowed to, at least with us, and you can review other options out there, but it opens up the ability to really accept payments from everybody all over the world, not just people who have credit cards or PayPal, right? We estimate about 30% of the players that we see are using what we call alternative payment methods. And these might be local payment methods, local currencies, different types of ways to pay for their games that are different than credit cards and PayPal or other wallets.
Mhm.
And so first of all, you can open up to a much larger audience in regards to accepting payments. And that leads to obviously higher revenue. You're converting more of your players from just players to spenders, right? So it gives you the ability to convert those non-spenders who may want to spend on your game, but can't because there isn't a payment option in the App Store. They can now convert. And this also increases just your international coverage in general. There's obviously a higher margin. You're not paying the 30% fee, or you're paying a much, much lower fee. In our case, it's 5% plus whatever the transaction fee is, and you keep the rest. And beyond that, what makes this really powerful is it gives you the ability to create a customizable experience. And you really can create an experience customized to your players that they will respond to really well. And you can give them custom, maybe promotional packages, bundles, subscriptions, all kinds of different ways to increase their engagement or their spend that you may not have available within app currently. And then the things that go beyond that, which are really exciting, you get to own all of your users' data. So you'll have much more insight into how your players are engaging with your game, your content, how they're engaging with the economy. That provides a lot of data that is currently blocked off to you on the App Store. And beyond that, you are able to start taking advantage of different types of user acquisition through driving ads on the web that can bring people in and bring them back into the app, right? So it's not just a one-way kind of just a one-way highway, right? You think about it not just as linking out from your app, but actually driving people from the web into your app. So there's a lot of cool things that you can start to do. And then there's a bunch of other stuff, faster payouts, right? You don't have to wait for the longer payout periods that you have on the App Store. With companies like us, we pay out very, very quickly. You can do other things like gifts and like I said, bundles, just lots of other things. And then finally, it allows you to really do something with your community that we typically see PC game developers do. They're really good at building these communities and communicating with them and building a relationship. And it's been hard to do that from within an app. But now with the web shop, not only can you monetize, you can acquire, but you can actually have this real sense of community that you can lean into for your mobile app. And that only makes your engagement stronger, your retention stronger, and gives better results overall.
Yeah, interesting. So there's a lot of stuff involved with that. Where can developers find out even more about the web shop for mobile games?
Absolutely. So you can check us out at xsolla.com, xsolla.com. And we do have a whole section there about the web shop.
All right, great. So thanks everybody for watching. Thank you, Chris, for joining us today. Really appreciate it, and have a good one.